This is WCBU's Out and About. I'm Dr. May Gilliland of ArtsPartners of Central Illinois, and today I'm joined by Diane Hahn, co-founder of Mackinaw Valley Vineyard. Over Memorial Day weekend, the Vineyard hosts its annual Mackinaw Music International Wine and Craft Beer Festival, featuring live music, wines, and craft beers from around the world, local food vendors, and a weekend designed to bring people together outdoors. Diane, welcome to Out and About.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to it.
You're bringing together more than 100 wines and craft beers, multiple bands, food vendors, and families for the weekend. What is the atmosphere like when the festival is in full swing?
I like to think of it as kind of a Norman Rockwell sort of painting because it's very fun in our big pavilion building. We'll have the one whole wall of wine tasting, one whole wall of the craft beers. Lots of friends and family and volunteers come and help with it. We've got just featuring local food like our Lions Club, another local person, Grandma Nana's ice cream and cookies. And then we'll have like Umland crunchy cheese. I don't know if you ever tried like a freeze-dried cheese product, but they're going to taste cheese there. Miranda's desserts and confections. It's all health food, by the way. You know, you can see that's my focus.
Yes, of course.
and Donnie B's popcorn. And like you said, we're going to have craft beers, and they're always so different. The craft beer people are really innovative, and so it's fun to see what they're coming up with. We still have domestic beers for the hardcores, though. And then we'll have our wines, which we have about 24 wines on the list, and then we get around another like 30 to 35, 40 wines, depending on if I get carried away when I'm ordering them. And it's really fun because we just try different things from around the world. So I think it's going to be really fun and something for everyone to try.
This year's lineup includes everything from Irish music to acoustic sets. How do you approach building a musical lineup for this kind of weekend?
It's the idea of sampling, right? It's a craft and wine festival, so you're there to try different wines, different beers than you might normally try, maybe different foods. So the music, the same thing. We want to have variety, something for everyone. It's just a sampling. Life needs variety, right? We all get in our rut and we get in our silos and we just do our own thing and we don't like come up for air. This is a time for people to just get away and have some fun.
This event sounds like it is also very family friendly.
Yeah, and again, that's a good point because some festivals and some wineries aren't family oriented. We try to welcome everybody. The grounds are very large for walking, hiking. A lot of people will bring a blanket and the kids in the early afternoon. We do have food available there to buy, but you can always bring a picnic or snacks for the kids or whatever. Play ball, out in the yard. Have a good time with your family.
I'm curious, as you've watched folks go to this over the years, what is it about that moment of discovery and trying something new?
I don't want to date myself too bad, but I'm, 150 years old. But anyway, there's, so we all have our favorite things that we like, but there's nothing kind of funner in life than having, a friend refer you to try something new, whether it's a food or a restaurant you haven't tried before or a wine or a beer. And then you find out, hey, wait a minute, I like this. And sometimes we maybe are not as adventurous as we could be or should be. And it's a big world out there. And I think that's the fun with picking the wines because you get wines, especially from around the world.
Mackinaw Valley Vineyard has such a unique atmosphere, especially this time of year. Yeah. What is it like seeing the grounds come alive during a festival weekend?
It's wonderful because myself and our staff and friends and family that help really work hard to make it really beautiful out there. And it's a very different property. People think it's a joke because it's Mackinaw Valley Vineyard. It is not a joke, folks. If you haven't been there, there is a valley. We are the last push of the glacial moraine. And so we really have a beautiful valley beneath us. When you're in the tasting room building especially, there's a big view window, and you can see the grapevines and the fields rolling out on a clear day, 30 miles. Wow. So it's a very different experience than you get in what most people think of, flat Illinois.
That was Diane Hahn discussing the Mackinaw Music International Wine and Craft Beer Festival, taking place May 23rd and 24th at Mackinaw Valley Vineyard. Diane, thank you again for joining me in the studio today. You've been listening to Out and About, production of WCBU and ArtsPartners of Central Illinois, designed to connect you with the arts community. Our producer is Joey Wilson. Find this episode at WCBU.org and subscribe to the Out and About podcast wherever you download.
Support for arts and culture coverage on WCBU comes from PNC Financial Services. PNC is committed to supporting local art and culture events in the communities they serve.